Hi, I'm Jim with InStuffMusic.com, and we're here today to talk about the T-Rex Reptile 2 delay. This is an analog delay from T-Rex, and like all of their effects, it's absolutely top of the line. So let's look at the controls first. There are quite a few controls and features on this pedal, so let's take a closer look at them. Okay, now let's take a close look at this pedal here. The pedal runs on 9 volts, which is really convenient. There's no kind of big crazy power source that you need with this, like you need with some modern delays. It doesn't suck a ton of power. On the side of the pedal here, you have an input gain trim, which is really convenient in case you're overdriving the pedal or anything. Right now, I'm running the pedal in the effects loop of the amp, which we'll get to in a minute. But you can definitely run it straight into the front of the amp or in the effects loop. It's really a personal preference thing. It depends on what your setup is. The level here controls the level of the overall signal, and then you have echo here, which controls the volume level of the delay against your dry signal. And then you have a repeat control, which controls the number of repeats the delay will produce, and then your delay length is here. And then in here, you can, if you want to, you can have a flutter on the delay, which kind of gives it more of a tape delay kind of vibe. You can control the tone of that, and then the speed and width of the flutter. On-off control is here, and then you have a tap tempo, which is really nice, especially for a lot of modern delay applications, where you need to kind of get a rhythmic delay happening. Really solid metal construction. The pedal's built like a tank. So let's get some sounds going with it. Okay, so before we get started, I'm playing Gibson Les Paul Custom through a Paul Reed Smith H 2-channel amp. Great amplifier. I have the delay pedal running in the effects loop because I'm going to do some delays using the overdrive of the amp, and I don't want it to get too muddy, so I have it running in the effects loop. But again, if you're using distortion pedals and things, you can run this right into the front of the amp. Sounds great either way. First sound I have set up is a kind of like a short slap back. Before I do that, here's a reference tone in the neck, in the middle, and in the bridge. So I have the amp set up pretty clean, a little chimey. No reverb on the amp right now, so you're going to hear all delay. A little bit of a slap back kind of sound. Okay, so I have the flutter set really mildly, if you can hear that. I'm going to kind of try to get a more traditional analog echo going here. Turn the repeats up a little bit. Time up. Okay, now I'm going to bring the level of the echo against the clean signal up a little more. Turn the repeats up a little more. Try to space it out a little bit here. I'm going to try to do something with the tap tempo. It's a little difficult because it's not under my foot. Okay, now I'm going to switch it over to the overdrive channel so we can hear that. Pretty good lead tone set up here. Try to get a little shorter delay here. Okay, so that's the Reptile 2 delay from T-Rex.